Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the notification bell and be the first to know when we drop a new video. Like and share with your fellow American patriots who love this country. And if you haven't even an American patriot, you are someone who believe and love freedom, love democracy, truth, and don't like corruption, hit the subscription button. Today I'm going to tell you what 5 videos. Yeah man, 5 videos. You won't see this anywhere else. And I can tell you that the Haitians them in America, them give ICE a piece of beating, brawling. Me I tell you, beat them up bad. Me I tell you, hey, you won't believe say America this or everything. But apparently it seemed like ICE never do them research and know say, hey, when somebody not have nothing to lose, you know. Because remember, say them country is a failed state, and you try to send them back to their country. What you expect? Them want fight. And me I tell you, I don't like the Spanish them where you know them give them willingly go with them. Oh, well, me I tell you, so them give the white man them some. Hey, me say the man them all jump all a white man and stamp him. Why me I tell you, hey, them people you know, and when them a chat for them language, you know, man, believe you me, you know. You know, want to get them mad, you know. God, them are people, I remember say them brutal, you know. Asian people, you know, all when them kill people, you know, them roast them and eat them, you know. There's a video on the channel where him name barbecue, barbecue the guy I eat it. Yeah man, when them kill people, him roast them and eat them. Them the people, hey, you know I'm playing with them. Hey, any of them get that? Hey, any of them get that one of the white man roast? Hey, Donald Trump eat them in the car. You know, in the election, Donald Trump said the Asian them are Ohio. Them gonna eat up the people, them puss on them thing, they roast them. Hey, no play with them still. If you live anywhere in America where Asian they have them thing there. No disrespect to them now. All about Asian virgin me have. And one thing, if you have wildcats anywhere you live, trust me. Any of the Asian, them no while no more, them just disappear. Them not ramping a lizard, them not play with it, you know. Yeah, man, so I tell you, say, hey, if they were, yeah, when I big fat white boy, we are going to see on him, if they ever catch him, we roast him. Remember, me tell you, dog, name him supper. So, yeah, man, so, but I tell you, say, me have to say, share the video with you guys. Yeah, man, because them not play. So the day that Florida changed America, how Asian voters crowned Donald Trump and Doma Nation. Yeah man, those of us who live through the 2016 presidential election in Florida can never forget the shocking, game-changing role played by the Asian community. Yeah man, the Asian. Anyone paying attention at the time remembers vividly, in a moment of rage, betrayal and defiance, Asian voters in Florida delivered Donald Trump a decisive boost, and with it, the keys to the White House. So the Asians and African Americans, yeah, especially you know, in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, here and over them, the Asian, the problem was about Bill Clinton, but the African American. So everywhere we reach right now, you know, black people, why America is at this juncture, you know, because them not vote on issues, you know, them vote on feelings. Alright, so I tell you, you know, Hillary Clinton in the 1990s, black people don't like the truth, you know. In the 1990s, when black people kill black people, they don't use liquor. You know, said like in Jamaica, you know, so once a youth and a certain age, him can't get the death penalty. If a man at 12, he cannot be arrested and charged with a crime. But guess what? Him can spend the rest of his life in a prison from although him on at 12 at the discretion of the Governor General. So what they before them, you know, same black people, why them have to change a lot of them in America, you know. So what the black people them do, used to sell coke and all of these things. Them use a little juvenile them for kill people, them rival. And because of that now, that's why the deportation did start from in the 90s, you know. Them start deport people. Because before then, the only first person them deport was Marcus Garvey. Yeah man, Marcus Garvey was the first man to get deported from America. That's how dangerous America they think Marcus Garvey was to them national security. Not because him have an army or him involved in a gang or anything, but because the words that flow from his mind. And he was very, very influential. So America like in time, your words are reach people and it can change them life. Just like how with the Jamaica Young Police channel. So you have to understand. So them always the thing for suppress or try some way or forget rid of the messenger. So that's what they did with Garvey back then. So Black American now, African American now. So because Hillary Clinton back in the 90s just called them predator, the one them a commit crime because them use the little kids them, the little youth them for commit crime. Them vex so them never go out and vote. So that's why America is at this juncture. The African American, so them play upon the emotion, remind them say boy, so what them want, you know? Them want you seem like how our black people in Jamaica. Them a criminal, you must law them and put them on a pedestal. You must call them out and tell them say and they must be accountable for them crime. No, you must make pass. So she and Bill Clinton, they never give them a pass, they make them be accountable. So because of that now, them line up with the same white people them, you know, and then they vote. Because they tell them send off a vote because you vote for Hillary Clinton because she make your father to go to prison. If your father commit crime, I saw it go. So them don't like it. That's so black people stay. So just like how, you know, in all of the black city, the city them in America where black people live, it's always controlled by Democrats and crime always like them always black people them always make excuses them you know because they're black. As if we're not black so and we're law abiding citizens, but I saw it go. So that's the reason why we get Donald Trump. Black people are Asian. Yes, and you understand? Because at the time even the Puerto Rican and all them people that did vote overwhelmingly for Hillary Clinton. It's after you understand. So but that's how it is, you know. Them say faith, I just saw faith go. And him campaign hard and him remember I said Donald Trump divide America more than any other president. And no we in 2025. So them give Donald Trump the keys to the White House 2026. Yeah man, 2016, that are the Asian people them. Yeah, in Florida. Them give me state, Florida. So why the answer is an emotional as it is tragic? After the devastating 2010 earthquake, the Asian people look to the world and especially to Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Global Initiative for help. Billions, over $2 billion poured into the Clinton Foundation, donation ostensibly raised for Haiti. But what did the Asian people actually see from it? A pitiful apartment complex, token gesture and broken promises, while the Clinton Foundation reported a rake in over $2 billion. Haiti received barely a fraction, and little of it reached the people who were sleeping in tents and drinking dirty water. So you have to give thanks, you know, because the Asian people, what happened to them, you know, this is by design by white people. Haiti is a rich country, you know, but them always have a puppet in the government where them white people they manipulate, because you have to understand, you know, when you have a leader and it's all about what's in it for me and them don't care about the people, that's what happened. You did have a man named John Burt Aristide, where George Bush them overthrow. The same guy will come to Jamaica to kill our Prime Minister, Guy Phillippe. He's the one that helped overthrow Bertram Aristide, the Asian president, and them have to send him to South Africa. That American terrorism. And him did come back and then put him back in a power and it just feels out. Yeah, so Asian people them barely get any money, you know, from the $2 billion that Clinton them get. By 2016, the resentment among Florida's Asian voters was volcanic. In their eyes, Hillary Clinton's name was synonymous with fraud, betrayal, and humiliation. And so they struck back in only way they could. They turned their backs on her in numbers that shocked even seasoned political analysts. Asian Americans in Florida voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump, a man who had insulted immigrants, called Haiti a shithole, and built his campaign on fear and division. Them still vote for him same year. And yet they still choose him. Not because they love Trump, but because they hated Hillary more. In their minds, the Clintons had exploited their tragedy and gotten rich off their suffering. But here is the bitter irony. Their votes didn't just punish Hillary Clinton, they punish the entire country. If the Haitian community in 2016 had voted differently, America might have avoided 4 years of chaos, division, and damage. And now, but in their understandable fury, they handed power to someone far worse, Donald Trump, whose presidency unleashed forces that America is still struggling to contain. That moment in Florida stands as a stark reminder. Feelings matters in politics. Betrayals breeds backlash, but revenge votes, however righteous they feel in the moment, can sometimes lead to catastrophic consequences. The Haitians of Florida spoke loudly, and in 2016 they voted for Donald Trump, and in doing so they changed the trajectory of history and the American society. So we're in July 2025, and since Donald Trump became president, just chaos in America. You can see, the Gestapos, them going around with masks, covering them face, and them a snatch people off the street. Even an Americans them arrest. And guess what? Only the Democrats are speak up, but say because the media is in cahoots with Donald Trump. Because you have to understand, almost the media. So that's why I don't most of the media house, CNN, ABC and CBS now, they have paid Donald Trump money for nothing. Yeah, man, just roll over and give money because they have it. You understand? So CBS can't trust nothing will come out of them, and ABC. So so they are in cahoots and in a cabal, because remember, rich people them want to maintain power and keep everybody in America a slave. That's how they want it. Whether or not you want to believe it. But you don't know, so the low IQ people them in America, them don't understand that, because most of the white people, them have a third grade education, them can't think. And even Valentine, them see the lie, them still suck it up to it, because they themselves are liar. Them see what them see in Donald Trump, them see in themselves. That's them. Donald Trump is a reflection of them. So that's the reason why them do what they do. So ICE meets its match in Brooklyn, New York. Haitians show them who's the boss. So when ICE, the U.S. Department of Immigration and Custom Enforcement, stormed the Brooklyn community in New York to round up and deport Haitians, whose temporary protected status, TPS, had been revoked by what many now call the white supremacists, Supreme Court, they clearly did not do their homework. Let's call it what it is. America remains a deep racist country, a place where black skin still feels like a crime, and the legal system seems designed to punish the powerless. The court struck down TPS for thousands of Haitians, over 500,000, and Spanish people too, from Central and South America. Yeah, we're not sorry for them, because they're dumb too. People who fled unimaginable suffering, not because of facts or justice, but because of the same old racist playbook. Meanwhile, Hispanics, who once seen as an honorable whites, yeah man, them see themselves as honorable whites, they are not, that's just like calling rain wet rain. I know, realizing they are just honorary until the next election. Yeah, in America you are white until you are not, and ICE shows up at your door asking if you speak English. Just so it go. So back to Brooklyn. I mean, the Spanish people, them behave like them white, and them after election them jeer black people. Oh, we got you. And now at them a ball, because at them I get the vote. Them and them husband and all them thing now. So ICE agents came swaggering in, thinking that they were going to stroll through Flatbush, round up Haitians like cattle, and strut back to their vans. But what they didn't realize is that you don't just walk into Brooklyn and try to drag Haitians out of their homes. That's like walking into a lion den wearing barbecue sauce. Yeah, me I tell you, what happened next was the stuff of legend. Not one, not two, but 5 separate videos. Capture the scenes. Haitians delivering a masterclass in resistance right there on the sidewalk in our street. We are talking full on-street justice, punches, flying kicks, landing, a few karate chops for good measures, and even a slap across the head back that made one ICE agency stars, me I tell you, them beat them. They were sent running back to their vans, nursing bruised ribs, busted egos, and probably rethinking all their life choices. So although they might come off of the Haitian, you understand? Now we're going to try them elsewhere, because them try them in Brooklyn, they might beat it, because Brooklyn are for them territory. And the crowd cheering, phones out, laughter in the air. And at one point, one old Asian man even shout out in Creole, "Next time bring a helmet." So I thought they were coming for the poor Haitians. Instead, they got a free lesson in capoeira, street boxing, and humility, all in one package, Brooklyn style. By the end of it, the ICE team limped back to their vehicles, their tails between their legs. Brooklyn made it clear. You can pass all the racist rulings you want, but you better come correct if you think you are just going to waltz in here and disrespect the Asian community. It's a long past time America took a hard look in the mirror, because as long as its institutions are rigged against black and brown people, as long as racism masquerade as law and order, as long as those in power believe they can stamp on the vulnerable without consequences, there will always be a Brooklyn ready to clap back. Next time, ICE, maybe send an email. What ICE? So when ICE forgot history, the spirit of Toussaint Louverture and Bookman still burns in Brooklyn. What those ICE agents clearly didn't know and shouldn't know. They did know and should have learned before barging into Brooklyn is this: the Asian people are not just people. They are the descendants of warriors. They carry in their veins the indomitable spirit of Toussaint Louverture and the tactical genius who outsmarts Napoleon armies, and the fiery resolve of Dottie Bookman, the Jamaican-born revolutionary priest who sparked the uprising that shook the world. So that Jamaican Bookman, him named Dottie Bookman from Jamaica, because them did sell the British, them sell him, you know. And him go there because him in cause problem on the plantation them in Jamaica. So the British them sell him, and him go start the revolution. Bookman, so Jamaica, you understand? That's why I tell you, so Jamaican people, you know, play with them. So these Haitians, they try to drag away. These are the very descendants of men and women who dare to rise up against the mightiest empire of their day, the French. They didn't just fight Napoleon's troop. They humiliated them, beat them into submission, and sent them packing back to Europe with their tails between their legs. While the rest of the world still accepted chains, Haitians stood up and said no more, becoming the first free black republic on earth and inspiring freedom struggles everywhere. And why are Haitians poor today? Let's be clear. It was never because they lack strength, intelligence, or ambition. No, their poverty is by design. It is the bitter revenge of their enemies, the same white Europeans and Americans who couldn't stand the fact that black people dare to win. When Haiti defeated Napoleon, the white powers of Europe and America conspire to strangle the island economically. So a long time economic terrorism are going on by same white people, demanding crippling reparation to France for their own freedom. So the Asian people, them are only people them in the world. We have to pay them kidnapper money, reparation, after them fight for their own freedom. A punishment no other nation has endured. They sabotage Haiti at every turn because they could not stomach the truth that the so-called masters of war were outclassed, outfought by the people they enslaved. So that's why them afraid of black people, because them know say black people, once black people put their mind to anything, them are going to dominate it. So when ICE came storming into Brooklyn, thinking they were going to snatch these people quietly and leave unchallenged, they forgot that history live in the blood. They forgot that Toussaint Louverture and Dottie Bookman still breathe in his descendants. They forgot that Bookman fire still burns. Bookman was a priest, you know. Yeah, when you talk about Obi and them thing, yeah, you know, for Jamaican people, I tell you. And in those chaotic Brooklyn streets, the agents got a lesson. A few punches, kick and slaps that remind them what happened when you underestimate a people forged in revolution. Haitian already defeated one Napoleon. What makes America think that they are different? Next time them are going to have to bring the army because the Haitian people they're ready for them and they're going to bust them ass. You understand? You see the difference with the Haitian and the Spanish people them when they are crying. No, them not cry. Because them people them say them a debt before the sun. So well, let you watch the video them and let you see it for yourself. Or the Haitian them beat them. Why? You watch, you listen, and you decide.
Y'all didn't learn your lesson from your ancestors when they got whooped by the Haitian slaves back in the 1800s? Uh-oh!
Education about Haitians in New York recently. Haitians are revolutionary individuals. They are not going to be deported in a kumbaya kind of fashion. They will fight you. So I really think ICE needs to learn today. Don't mess with Haitians, okay? Apparently, ICE got an education about Haitians.
Listen, and this ain't on no bullshit, y'all. I had to leave out the gym in the middle of my motherfucking workout because God put this in my spirit. Black people, I need y'all to listen to me, and I need you to listen to me clearly. Trump just removed visa status for over 500,000 Haitians. Now, hear me out. I know we've been saying this ain't my fight. We sitting back. We not doing anything. We chilling out. We can't sit this out. We have to stand with them. We have to fight for them. I'm going to tell you why. This right here, up until this point, Trump has been testing out a lot of shit. He's been testing out the whole bombing with the Iran situation. That's the wartime powers right there. He's been testing out getting rid of affirmative action. He's been testing out deporting black and brown people. He started with Hispanics, okay? Now, we may think like, okay, this is the Haitian community. Of course he's going to get rid of the Haitian.
So, ICE versus Brooklyn, Haitian show America, they are not here to cooperate with injustice. Yeah, may I tell you, when ICE, the U.S. Department of Immigration, stormed into Brooklyn, New York, to arrest and deport Haitians whose temporary protected status was cruelly revoked by the white supremacist court, they expected compliance. They expected quiet submission. These are people who live here for decades. But here's the thing. They clearly forget who they were dealing with. These are Haitians, not Hispanic. Not people who are going to sheepishly board a plane back to a failed state and say, thank you. Thank you, sir. No, they are the proud descendants of the only black nation in history to rise up, shatter their chains and humiliate Napoleon's army. The first free black republic on earth. And yet, here, they are in the 21st century, America, being targeted not for crimes, but simply because they are black, vulnerable and easy to scapegoat. The court's decision to revoke their TPS was nothing short of racist, unjust, and betrayal of the very idea of justice. Let's call it what it really is. Punishment, payback for daring to vote against Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. No. This are them payback because Donald Trump is a racist and the Republican Party is all about racism. America is just a racist country. Everything. You see them a try to erase even black history. Even in Florida. You understand? But guess what? You can't, the truth always win. And you understand? So no matter how, and this guy when he DeSantis, in black too, you know. Cause I remember, you know, back in the days, you know, as 1962 Italian became white. That's how it go in America. America, because through the white population are dwindled, so them incorporate them, the Italians, the Irish, and the Jews them. So them white now. Before them they were black, along with the Spanish. Apparently it seems like them, I don't know what them have against the Spanish, but them Nagi Spanish than the white people, because them say the Spanish them were embedded with Africans over 700 years in Europe, in Spain. So now here the Spanish them fight and say them are white Hispanic, them now get the white papers. Donald Trump said, no, we don't want to know, you know, because we want to poison the blood of America. That them tell them, you know. So no matter how a Spanish man or woman married to a white man, them still a Spanish same here. But what they're doing now in South Florida, these Cubans, them are change them Spanish name to English name. Self-hatred that, you know. Because them know so them not white. So them want to be white, so them give them name Johnson, Porter, and all of the white names them. I just saw it go. So, because make no mistake, this moment is what happens when you dance with the devil. Back in 2016, many Haitians furious at the Clintons for their exploitation and betrayal of Haiti after the earthquake through their vote to Trump in protest. They thought he was different. They thought he cared. Because the only dummy would think that way. But now, here's the brutal truth. Once a scammer, always a scammer. Once a conman, always a conman. And Donald Trump is the biggest conman of them all. Donald Trump is a man who have a university whenever it exists. Trump University. Everything with Trump touch fail. So you have to expect that America will fail. But you have to understand, say, when you deal with people who have low IQ and reason them can't think critical, they're just organic robots. So they just repeat everything them as what them told. So you don't think say black people lazy, are them lazy, white people. And yet, when ICE came to Brooklyn, the Haitian didn't just accept it. Oh no, they stood tall. They fought back because that fighting spirit, the blood of Toussaint, the overthrow, Bookman, and Desalines doesn't just vanish because a racist court signed a paper. They made it clear to ICE and to America, we are not your pawns. We are not your scapegoats. And we are sure as hell are not going to go quietly. Brooklyn bore witness to a clash of worlds. The iron fist of an unjust system versus the unbreakable will of a people who have already defied empires. And once again, the Haitian reminds America, you can revoke papers, but you can't revoke dignity. And you can't deport a revolution. So, yeah, man, they stand up to the Trump Gestapos them big time. I hope you enjoy, watching the program. I will say it before, I will say it again. Always watch a video today and you will learn something. Have yourself a beautiful day.